Hello again, YouTubers. We might go live again later.
We could start the Christmas live.
Desperately want to try to get the new camera working on the thing and just record. But we've just finished watching the Netflix, haven't we? The Harry and Meghan.
It's tipping it there.
6-part. The last bit was the conclusion, really. Meghan feels that when she arrived in the royal family, she was a big star and very popular, and she was so popular, in fact, that all the other royals felt jealous, and that's when she started getting bad press.
I liked the bit when they were, she was talking about when her and her mother were driving to the church. You know, we were going to the castle, I'm in a castle! And she went on and on and on about how phenomenally popular she was, didn't she? She really let the mask slip on that. I might actually watch that bit again.
Well, she did.
I can believe there were so many people because I'm just so fabulous. My mum was
clearly
so
such
fabulous.
a massive asset to the royal family and to Great Britain as a whole. And then she arrived, and all the royals were jealous of her. And so
then she opened her mouth.
She started getting lots of bad press, and people were saying mean things about her in the newspapers.
But they weren't, Graham. Okay, you haven't followed this from the beginning like I have. They weren't. The press were being lovely about her, much to the frustration of people like me who could see what was going on. The press were nice for about a year, I swear to you. I checked all the articles on Google. I didn't see anything of the sort. And then
I'm talking about this
people got frustrated and rumours because she was apparently, allegedly, talking to the staff like shit. My take is they probably went home and said, she's a bitch. And the family members, seeing their relatives in tears, you know, when you're bullied in the workplace, you're in tears, you go home. I've been bullied in the workplace, so have you. Your family gets so frustrated. Maybe one of them picked the phone up to the son and said, she's a bitch. She's the archetype of a bitch.
So the nub of the whole thing was that she was getting bad press, both in the newspapers and in the media, you know, social media.
They weren't kissing her ass enough.
People were asking a lot of questions about all kinds of things to do with Meghan, and she doesn't like it. And so she asked the royal family to gag everybody, shut everyone up, and they wouldn't. And that's it. And then at the end, she'd sued the Daily Mail successfully.
I'm constantly likening herself to Diana, because they're so alike, aren't they?
Yeah.
And my other bit that I burst out laughing, I was feeling depressed, it's right at the end, was when she was reading him a bedtime story. Once upon a time, Harry, there was a beautiful actress in Hollywood, and she met a prince, and they got married in a castle. And apparently she read this out at her wedding in front of the whole royal family and all his mates.
But the one good thing that came out of it was she was on the phone. She had her little phone. She's always filming little clips of her and the family and Harry and that, and in the garden, in the house, going down the beach, that sort of thing. And I thought, that's brilliant. That's actually really good. I like that. And I think, well, if there's two ways of looking at this.
Stop encouraging them. Just stop it.
No, I won't, because she doesn't agree with me on this point. But this is my channel, and I'll say what I think on my channel, right? I think that either the criticism's justified and she really is horrible, right? Or she's the victim, right? And she's really nice. And everyone's just being mean to her. Now, if she had her own YouTube channel, right, doing what me and her do, because we disagree about things, we talk about stuff. And there we are. I think she should have her own YouTube channel. She doesn't need the money. It'll be massive. She'll make money, but she's multi-millionaire-esque anyway. She doesn't need the money. But the point is that if it's all pretend, she won't be able to keep it up. She keep the first ones up for a few, but then it'll go to normality. So you really are just scruffy people. You know.
There was a mention of YouTubers. There was a mention of YouTubers, but not our. There were two girls they showed. I've never seen them before in my life, so I don't know who those YouTubers are. But there was Shallon Lester. Now I used to watch Shallon way back when I was watching Ashley. You remember Shallon?
No.
She's really pretty, long blonde hair.
No.
Shallon does vlogs on lots of different celebrities. She's certainly not dedicated to Meghan. But I haven't watched Shallon in ages.
No.
So, and it was just a blip. It went so fast. So when I said there's no YouTubers, none of our regular ones that we're watching at the
We
moment.
watch,
And
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never heard Chris Boozy talk about Shallon Lester either.
Lucy was on there for a nanosecond, right? But he didn't confess to anything. He was just saying, "Oh, terrible people have been picking on her on
And what they did is they
internet."
put like a load of graphics up on the screen, like maths. I'm an internet genius. The algorithm, I know all about it. My name's Christopher Boozy, and I'm an unverifiable fucking expert. And then they just put all this maths and stuff to confuse bullshit, baffles brains.
There's definitely a connection. Otherwise, he wouldn't be on their show, would he?
Didn't explain how he'd drawn any of those conclusions, and then they were just like, cut, and he was gone. He was gone.
I reckon they might have last minute edited it. and cut him out.
Omid wasn't in it at all. Was he?
Was he
Unless
supposed to be in it?
I don't know, he's her best mate, isn't he?
I don't
If
know.
you put a long black wig on him, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart.
He looks a bit like Megan.
He looks a lot like Meghan.
Anyway. There you go. I think
The bedtime story.
Megsy, if she wants to be popular and people to love her, she needs to get her own YouTube channel.
No, she needs some gaffer tape. That'd work. Then she might be popular.
Well, that's my advice. Take it or leave it for what it's worth.
It's terrible advice.
But if she is genuinely a
And
nice
you're the same person who told me
person-
Julian was okay. And I got into a relationship with him on the basis of your recommendation, which nearly ruined my life.
Yeah, he wasn't okay at all. But, yeah.
And there's been a few other people you've said,
Look,
I think they're all
I'm not
right.
pretending to be marvellous and right all the time. Am I?
Just reading a
Oh,
marvellous comment
tear
by
coming
Rhea.
in my left. No.
Rhea Snakes. Oh, don't even go on about the left.
People
the
say
tear.
lots of horrible things about me. I don't care. Honestly, I genuinely don't care. I won't
You
lose
might
any
if you
sleep.
were famous, you might, and then you'd probably employ someone to deal with all that shit and tell you the positive stuff and go, people didn't really like you did that thing. Try not to do that thing, but not a the bedtime story. I am going to watch that again in a
Megan
minute.
to read the bedtime story.
And he actually was sitting there like this, like a little kid. Like, yeah, read me a story, mummy. Read me a story, mummy. Oh boy.
Well, for multi-millionaires, I didn't think much of their house. It didn't look like any other house, really. It just like, if it was a big fancy mansion, it was only one corner where they've stuck a sofa and a telly. It didn't look anything special at all. No gold pianos and gold pillows and extravagantness on display.
You watch this space, there's going to be a lot coming out now.
Don't know.
There will. Trust
Do
me.
you think they've done themselves any favours by doing that documentary? Or do you think, if they think the press have been mean to them in the past, do you think the press will just shut up and be nice to them from now on? Or do you think it might get a whole lot worse? Comments below, please. Tell me what you think and tell me what you thought of it, if you even bothered to watch it. Thanks for watching. Good night and may your God go with you.